What up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I gotta preface this by saying that in my last video, I showed the trailer and they took out the plant from Plant vs. Zombies. They got, of all the things they put in there, that's what got copyright. Anyways, today's video, they dropped a official unit overview. So we're gonna go ahead and look at that. Let's just start. So the video also got copyright. I think it was because of the audio, like I said it would. So we are not going to play the flipping audio. Instead, we're gonna have some background music. Allow me to introduce you to Goku and VEGETA. Just kidding. They're a unique tag team based unit that is packed with a variety of abilities, which is great. All right, what else? Every time this unit attacks, his swap meter builds up. Swap meter. Okay. That's okay. Upon filling the meter, you unlock his swap ability. It's a core feature of his kit. Got it. You use this ability to transform your unit into his counterpart, allowing you to utilize both forms mid-battle. Oh, so you can switch between Goku and Vegeta. That's pretty lit. Both forms trigger a temporary buff every time they swap. Oh. When you swap to VEGETA. Hilarious. He slows nearby enemies in his range for several seconds. And he gets a 30% reduction for SPA. I think this is a pretty cool concept. I don't think I've ever seen a game do this before, as far as like being able to swap units. Like, because I know Dragon Ball Legends does this right now, where they have like a tag team unit and they can swap between them. But in contrast, when you swap to Goku, he gets a 50% attack buff for 40 seconds, and he stuns nearby enemies for 2 seconds. What? 50% for 40 seconds? So keep in mind of these effects when swapping. Yes. Bro, what the hell? It could be the key to controlling the flow of battle. True, because if you got a lot of enemies that are about to pass, you can switch to Goku and stun them. Strategically timing the swap could be the vital and most crucial moments. And they balance it by having you attack. So you can't just swap between them over and over and over again. Alright, so when you swap, if no enemy is in range, the unit starts gaining damage, which would explain why we saw him at 58%. And the range at a 1% per second, up to 100. Once this unit attacks, this value resets to 0. Okay, fair. So is this separate from the... I would assume this is separate from the 50% attack buff that he gets from swapping. Yes. Every time this unit attacks, you gain plus 2%, up to 40. And this value will carry over between swaps and fusions. What? So when he gets to 40%, we can swap over. Then you get the 50%. Or if he's not, if there's no unit in range, then they start gaining damage 1% per second, which you would assume, you know, once this unit attacks, value reaches 0. So it'd be probably good to put him in the back at this point for certain things. Anyways, we'll speculate more about that later. I like the way the unit mechanics work though. That's pretty cool. I would assume they're going to be a pain in the ass to get if they're making them like this. Yeah, so basically he plays a role as a heavy hitter, right? No enemy in range, plus 1%. Yeah, he just over time just gets boom, 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 boom. Attack range for 100%. And then he'll attack and the attack resets. And then if they go away from range, it'll just start over again, I'm assuming. When his upgrades are completely unlocked or upgraded, he unlocks an ability to unleash a nuke, aka the Spirit Bomb. That's pretty sick. Goku will leave battle for a few minutes to charge his Spirit Bomb. Correct. And then Vegeta will be in place. Yep, yeah, Vegeta will take his place. Perfect. That's kind of overpowered, actually. He charges the nuke for 3 minutes? Oh my god, bro. He'll unleash it across the entire map. Oh, okay, never mind. That's OP. I like the balance though. The 3-minute balance is pretty cool. That checks out. If you ever want to deal powerful bursts of damage, Goku is your guy. For VEGETA, he plays a unique and specialized role. For each attack, Vegeta gains a small damage buff. That's correct. For a maximum of 80% or 40%. And the damage will stay permanent. Exactly, because when he switches to Goku, that 40% will still be there. While Goku's damage may seem tempting to use, it'd be wise to leave Vegeta on the field. Exactly. I was literally saying the same thing. After enough swaps at max upgrade. Oh, so they said enough swaps. Vegeta unlocks the ability to transform into VEGITO. Nice. And permanently transforms into Super VEGITO. That's lit. So just make sure I read this correctly because I'm a little acoustic. After enough swaps at max upgrade. Okay, so how many swaps? Doesn't tell us. After 15. 15 swaps. And he's got to be max upgrade. Okay. Alright, okay. Now, what is VEGITO's? Okay. Good lord. He gets 100% for 40 seconds of attack buff. Upon entry, he'll gain 100% damage for 40 seconds. Once 40 seconds has elapsed, he'll gain a 20% damage. Decrease SBA by 20% and increase the range by 20. Attacks ignore enemy's dodge chance. That's fire. If an enemy would attack an ally, it attacks this unit instead. And anytime this unit is attacked, it increases its range by 3%. The attacks inflict rupture. Attacks ignore 50% of enemy reduction. Anytime an enemy attacks or applies a status effect on this unit, he'll perform a counterattack. So not only will he get attacked and get more range, but he'll also perform a counterattack off rip, just for existing. Love that. And like it says here, his attack will do double damage in limited time, which is literally this. And then obviously this buff only happens once. That makes sense. However, when this buff expires, all of his stats are still greatly increased, which is what it says underneath. 20%, 20%, 20%. 20% reduction here, 20% increase here, and 20% increase here. And he'll still get a 3% range buff from any unit that's attacking an ally. It'll attack him instead. And he'll unleash a counterattack. He's pretty OP. This unit is attacks will inflict rupture, which will remove regen. That's kind of fire. Anytime this unit is attacked, increases range. Yeah, he also ignores dodge when he's attacking the unit as well. And he gets a 50%, he ignores the 50% of enemy damage reduction. So if they have 100% damage reduction, he'll take away half of that. Also features new defensive capabilities, which is literally this right here. Anytime an enemy would attack an ally, it attacks this unit instead. And then when Vegito himself is attacked, he immediately counters and gets a small buff in his range of 3% up to 30. That's pretty shui, enabling him to protect all his allies and retaliate against threats at the same time. Overall, this unit's entire kit encourages active engagement. I really like that a lot, actually. I like that they're introducing units like this. You know, this is going to make me want to play the game more now. He embodies his role as the ultimate fusion of both offense and defense. Yeah, it's going to be hard as hell to get him. Overall, this unit's kit encourages active engagement. Would you want to prioritize fusing into Super VEGITO? I feel like probably not at the beginning. Because I would probably want to do Vegeta, get the 40% attack buff, or 50, whatever it is. 40? 50? Bruh. 40. and this is permanent, so it carries over to Goku. Then I would switch to Goku with that 40% attack buff, attack maybe a little bit, combine that with this. If I can get the nuke on him, then have VEGETA come back out again, and that's if we're fighting like a crazy overpowered boss. Or I would just I'll switch them back and forth as many times as I can, and then try to unleash VEGITO, because I feel like VEGITO would be great as well. Good luck getting this unit and have fun. Thanks for watching. Thank you, sir. Yeah, man. Let's see what the community thinks about all this too. I don't want to make this video too long, but my dumbass would have probably been so confused. Hilarious. Yeah, this was a great explanation, by the way. Anime Vanguard, I have to make a complaint about the dev of the... Okay, whatever, nobody cares about that. Dokkan 10th anniversary ad character, hilarious. But yeah, a lot of people have been comparing that character to... Nah, little bro copied Dokkan. Guy's OP. Way too OP. I don't really think so. The 3-minute wait is kind of making sense. And then the fact that you gotta swap 15 times and have the unit be fully upgraded before they transform into VEGITO, I feel like kind of balances out as well. But he does seem a little broken on paper. Anyways, like, subscribe. I'll try to get the unit and show them in an update. Peace.